Hello folks, Wednesday before the market open, so it's the morning here in Europe, so for you it's the night. You will wake up in a few hours. So video, CISO. Why? Because things are moving. So, good thing to say. So let me go in the right order. Firstly, the 5 EMA has crossed the 10 and the 20 EMA. So we have a kind of double golden cross of short-term indicator. Well, the 200 moving average, this is basically flat at 0.97, 0.98, so that's a kind of support. But the short-term indicator are basically going up, especially the 5 EMA who just crossed the 10 and the 20. So that's a bullish sign that never happened during all this fall down. The 5 EMA was always down. Secondly, the volume is building. Let me see to have the right numbers. So basically, the volume was up yesterday and the day before. And by the way, let me tell you this. Friday, when we look at the chart, Friday was a big manipulation day on the downside to really shake everybody out, the final ones. So it was very artificial when you see the chart, but you know, that's pretty normal with a company who average 70% are trading the dark pool. So yeah, volume. We used to have these last days 700, 900, 600, 700, 800,000, and then Monday and Tuesday we have 1.2 with the stock going up 11%, and we have 1.8 million yesterday with 6.5%. So basically, if we take the low of the Friday, it was 94 cents, and the high of yesterday was 120. So that's mean that only on these two little push of a total of 3 million shares, we take 20%. Okay? So imagine you have some kind of day with a volume of 10 to 15 million. What's going to happen here? What I think is going to happen, well, I forget the dark pool, but you know the story. Yeah? Dark pool is kind of a joke, but so yeah, the last days, 80%, 73%, 60%, 61, 67, and yesterday, even with the price going up, 68%. The short, well, they're controlling the price, because the last 3 days it was above 50%. So the price is going up because the volume, but they control the price. I've been testing personally the bid and the ask. They build fake ask, fake bid, and they control the price. But when people come with big orders, basically, you know, there is a push. Yesterday, before the run, I see a big green candle of 150,000 shares, and from there we go up, and then at the very late of the day, another kind of red candle was absorbed. So actually, you know, I like the action, but I see they have not let the horse, you know, run. They keep it under control. That's for sure. What I'm expecting personally is a day with some kind of I don't know. I'm trying to see the history here. Yeah, I would like to see a day with plus 4 to 5 million shares. Maybe today, I don't know. Well, unfortunately, the market are closed tomorrow. So, and you have, I think, Powell was raising or going down with the rates. I don't know what they're going to do. The interest rate level. So it's going to be tricky, but if it's not today, it will be Friday. I mean, I will not be surprised, that's my view. I will not be surprised to see a spike in volume around 4 to 5 million shares with the price going to 1415. But that's theory, because personally I was trying to day trade a little bit the stock with a part of my holding, and it was very uneasy because the movements are not technically normal. No, it's all manipulation, so you cannot. There is always something tricky who happen. So personally, I don't advise you to try to go in and out because they are full of tricks, and this is not going normally. Clearly, what I think happened when I zoom out, I think the day we go from 1.4 to 60 cents, it's like 2 weeks ago, I think, roughly. From that moment, in fact, they broke the chart, and it took 2 weeks to rebuild. And I think basically the price will rise up to 1.4, and from there expecting news. I think that's the scenario here. Basically, it took 2 weeks to absorb this crazy day of 12 million share with the big stop loss killing fields. And now basically the 5 EMA is crossing, and the price just wait a high volume day to go back to 1.4, 1.5, something like that. If there is no news, because if there is news, who knows? The shares available are very, very thin, very, very thin. Every time you have one push, the price go up very quickly. And I'm asking myself, I'm not sure, but if we really have a big volume day like that, 5 million, I don't know if we don't even go higher, because it's look like it's very difficult to find shares. They are forced to play tricks, yesterday I see that they bring it to 120. From there, they put some fake orders. When they see nobody coming, they bring it down. Then they hit 2 or 3 stop loss. From there, they bring it back up. They are moving around like that. But if you have a day, because there is news or some kind of meme group of Reddit who come in with high volume and sustained buy, this is going to run very aggressively. That's for sure. Because this is running already when you have very little push. Very, very little push. So if you have sustained buys, this is going to be a kind of dragster, So technicals are good. We broke the downtrend. If you see in the chart, we broke the downtrend. We exit on volume, so that's good. EMA is good. The algo have been losing money on CISO because of manipulation. So let me tell you what the algo have been doing on CISO, and basically go from $2,500 that they have been doing on CISO, they fall to $1,700. So why they lose $800? because they sell mid-May at 123. They were forced to buy higher at 133, so they lose. Then they short at 124, the 27th of May. They were forced to buy at 122, so they make profit pretty bad. So they buy at 122. They short at 1, so they were buying at 122, so they lose 80% because they short at $1 or the Friday when you have the manipulation. And then now they have been turning green buy at 109 after shorting at 1, so it was another bad move. So the algo are lost, roughly. I will not go in detail and just give you edicts. The algo are lost because the stock is big time manipulation. So even the algo don't know when to short, when to buy. And since mid-May, the algo are losing money on CISO because the movement are not natural. So I think, the story will be clearer if basically we have a high volume day with the price going to 1.5, and then maybe from there taking a kind of pause, waiting for news, or because again, CISO, nobody look at CISO, nobody. I was saying to the CTM board, a company in the same sector with the same price, but a market cap a lot higher, like 3 times more, because there is 3 times more shares. I was telling them when CISO was at $1 and CTM at 110 or 115, I say switch from CTM, who just make a public offering, switch to CISO. We are starting to curling. People don't pump your stock, this and that. And now you have a CTM who have fall to 105 and CISO is on 115. So it was a great switch to go from CTM to CISO. The market cap is 3 times cheaper and there is 3 times less shares, so the price is a lot more easy to move. And CTM just made a public offering, so naturally will take some weeks to absorb. So, there is a lot of tricky move in the market. I mean, so much, Clove, who have all light are green, basically drifting every day. You don't know why. Now it's 285, coming from 48. So, Clove shareholders are pretty unhappy. I was trying to warn them months ago, saying, be careful, the stock have been going so high because the short were covering. Now the short are full, they are going to short again because the price is high, and basically the price will go back down. No, this is the beginning of the run. That's a lesson I've learned personally. Never fall in love in a company. Fall in love with the technicals, Fall in love with the technicals, whatever it is. Until the technicals tell you buy, just keep your shares. Because if you don't do that, they will shake you out. And you will be, angry. And then there is a problem of the patience. Fortunately, CISO have been starting to move. Because I was starting to feel nervous, especially after Friday. I say, they're going to bring this down to 0.8 again. And then we have the rise in volume and price. And I'm really curious to see today if history is right, if my feelings are right, we should have a 4 to 5 million day in volume, with the price going to plus $1.4. Let's see. That's the history and the technicals. What will be more tricky is after. What's going to happen after? That will depend. Because I'm asking myself about this blackout period. I don't know what's going on over there, but when I see expectation target price on CYBR in the same sector, and in the cybersecurity, basically they are paying 10 to 15 times sales, roughly. So it's not ridiculous, the price of $500 million market cap on CISO. I think one of these days we're going to reach this market cap, and that will mean a price of $15 per share, basically a 10-bagger from here. But that will come with when they confirm sales, growth, SaaS, margins, when that will be a reality in official earnings. But, that happened to a lot of shares. Why not us? Question of time. They look legit. They look serious. I hope they will not do the same of CTM, who basically made an offering as soon as the price were rising, and they break the rally with an offering. Well, it's always good to have fresh cash to fuel the growth, but technically for stock price can avoid a setback and some time to absorb. That's why I was saying to CTM shareholder and stock tweets to come to us, because we are at the beginning of the cycle. So, okay, a lot of good things. Hopefully they don't bring us back down. I hope. But I think that today or Friday, because Thursday is close, I expect a high volume day with the price going back to 1.4. That's my feeling. That's my guess. Let's see. Take care, folks.